how about our problem in pandemic and how to solve it. Okay, to shorten the time, let's move to the vision, advertising the vision. Please tell me about the advertisement problem and how.
Okay, thank you. From the advertising, the trouble, we are creating and promoting less strong branding from the beginning because we only want to use media for promotions, and so it doesn't reach consumers. And the advertisement are less attractive so that the consumers are not interested. And there is also the data included in the advertisement, and the information about hotel is not up to date. We still use old pictures and informations, and we also like communication with the and solving problem from the advertising. From these problems, the advertising department has several ways to overcome these problems so that we can create and promote strong branding. First, we change all the data and information about the hotel with the last one. And in the advertising sections, in addition to advertising on applications, we use social media because social media is one of the most popular. We can create an uh, official account like Instagram maybe, and surely someone will manage the account on Instagram. We can upload photos in the feed about hotels, and the captions must be interesting. Stories, question and answer with our followers so that the followers become interested. For Q&A, it can be done once a week or every 2 weeks. From this Q&A, we can communicate with our followers more often so that we can attract these followers to become hotel customers. If a visitor comes, we can ask the visitor to promote it on Instagram and tag the hotel's official Instagram. And for promotion, we can use better during holidays or near holidays because usually many people want to go on vacation because the right timing will give significant result. So that's enough from advertising department.
Okay, thank you, Mela. Next, I want to know about the public relation. Teh Atin, please explain about the problem with public relation and how to solve it.
In this meeting, I can solve some problems as public relationships, such as when doing promotion to make the hotel increasingly known by the COVID-19. Approach, I try to promote in social media, but they choose to stay at home because for their health. This situation make the best on the problem. I would like to look solution in this meeting, especially in promoting this. My voice clear.
Yes.
My voice clear?
A little bit. Um,
Hello, everyone. For the solution, maybe buy now, stay later. It's like voucher, and so this voucher is valid for 6 months after ordering, and in order to provide concurrence in ordering because of the long voucher lifetime. Maybe, yeah, thank you.
okay, thank you, Miss Atin, for the explanation about the public relation. Next, I want to ask about the human resource. Miss Dila, please turn on your camera and unmute your microphone and explain about the problem with human.
Okay. The human resource division has several problems or challenges during a pandemic like this. One of which is business survival, which is about how to help the company business survive, is in the sense of being profitable, which requires us to be more agile, especially to prepare skill ups or even new skill for employees in order to adapt to business development at a time like this. Uh, to solve the problem, here we as human resource have to deeper into master the cost structure, cash flow, and various financial prediction to be able to provide permanent insight so that the hotel business can survive. I think enough. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Miss Dila. And now I want to know about marketing manager. Mr. Urip, please explain about the problem of marketing manager and how to solve it. Mr. Urip, are you there? Hello? Are you there? Oh. Okay, because Mr. Urip isn't here, I want to ask about the restaurant. Miss Riza Audina, please tell me about the problem with the restaurant and how.
Okay, thank you. The problem of restaurant. Uh, conditional of my restaurant is very cornered because my restaurant not only customer from the hotel, but also the general public. So the problem over time, the COVID pandemic begin to fall, and I made a very interesting menu dengan a very affordable price because people still don't dare to leave the house. My restaurant also sells online, so people can order online promotion from Instagram, sosmed, not recovery as before, but very improved. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Riza Audina. After the restaurant, I want to know about and beverage. Miss Nur Aida, please turn on your microphone and tell me about the problem of the food and beverage during the pandemic and how.
Thank you, Miss Rizka. Miss Rika. In this opportunity, I want to talk about the problem in the food and beverage division. The problem is so the complaint is that cleanliness must be extra than usual, and then sometimes there are guests who are protective about taking food, and then they have to wear gloves, hands glove or mask. But sometimes there are guests who don't want to wear glove and mask in this pandemic, and so they are confused about how to address them, and then we are confused about how to tell the sensitive in this pandemic. And then the solving for the problem is sometimes if you reprimand guests who don't want to follow the protocol, they will be reprimanded again because it's for the convenience of other guests too. And then continue to prepare more for hand gloves and hand sanitizer. Then cutlery must be cleaner for stroke and display stroke.
Okay, thank you. I think about the restaurant, we have discussed about it, and I want to move about the hotels from maybe room. I want to know from the front office, how about front office problem and how to solve it. Please, Miss Sinta Syar.
Okay, thank you, Miss Rika. Problem at the front office. Reduced activity of hotel visitors due to fear of exposure to the COVID-19 virus, because they think that entering and leaving the hotel, many people are not obedient to wearing masks and washing hands. Problem solving uh, at the front office, which is even stricter in health protocols. Visitors are recommended to check in or check out using the application, so they don't have too much contact with other people. Then each visitor must wear a mask and wash their hands before entering. After the room is empty, the room will be sterilized so that there are no more virus affected, so that visitors are no longer afraid to stay at the hotel. I think enough. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sinta Shabila. Next, I want to know about the room division. Please, Miss Zelfi Tirsa Angelina, tell me about the problem of room division and how to solve it.
Okay, thank you, Miss Rika. From room division, the problem is before pandemic, the room that used was about 100 room per night. But since the pandemic era, the room that used about 30 rooms per night. And another problem are the facilitate was broken like AC, bed, and wardrobe, because during pandemic is not be used for a long time. So the solution from the problem is replace with a new item. That's all from room division. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Zelfi. After front office and room division, I want to know about housekeeping. Miss Sally Rosmilana, please tell me about the housekeeping.
Okay, thank you, Miss Rika. In this division, I have the problem from activity in the housekeeping department. The first is during the pandemic, cleaning activity are carried out more often than before, and that makes the housekeeping employee do more cleaning activity. And the next, property and other support increasing because of some additional room support during the pandemic. And the next, planning for cleaning all area is getting more frequent. And then hotel visits have decreased, but cleaning activity must be continued. And the last, property or clothes for the employee housekeeping during this pandemic need to be considered so that there is no transmission of virus. And the problem solving from this situation is because in a pandemic situation, cleaning activity are carried out more often, then the housekeeping department must ensure that all room and other area are kept clean. For this problem, the worker in housekeeping can plan a shift for each worker or employee so that all area can be clean and so that the work feel lighter. And the problem solving is on the property because it needs several other support such as hand sanitizer and cleaning property are more chemical. The housekeeping department must cooperate with the expenditure or hotel cash department to pay more attention to housekeeping need. And the problem solving because cleaning activity will be stricter than before the pandemic, housekeeping employee can divide and set cleaning hour and ensure that nothing is missed to clean. And during this pandemic, visit to hotel have decreased, but for housekeeping, their work will continue, and this is the reason the worker in the housekeeping department must remain enthusiastic because cleanliness and comfort are number one. In addition, the health of existing equipment or property must be considered so that there are no complaints from hotel visitor or hotel superior. And the last, the problem solving is employ maintenance clean in the area where they work or clean themselves. For example, using masks when cleaning room and other. Thank you, Miss Rika.
Okay, thank you, Miss Sally. Miss Riza Yulianti, please, I want to know about engineering or electricity department. Please tell me about the problem and how to solve it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rika. In this meeting, I will explain about engineering departments. During the pandemic period, it is not many changes were experienced in the engineering departments. We still have several stages that we carry out, such as protecting investment costs or preventing investment owned by shareholder from being waste. Therefore, it must be prevented in order to avoid buildings that are not many maintained. So the maintenance costs are too high. And then engineering department support, provide, and make it such a way that everything works for the satisfaction of hotel guests. And then supervise that hotel's operation can run as effectively as possible. And then minimize the cost of using electricity as a little as possible. And the last is minimize the possibility of problem that can use causes losses, accident, and cause in the company. And how to solve the problem? We always repair and maintain the facilities used by guests so that all facilities and technique in the engineering department are maintained. I think enough. Thank you, Ms. Rika.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Riza Yulianti. And the last is the most important in our Miss Zalika about the finance. How about it? Is there any problem or not? And if there's a problem or more problem, please tell us. And how did you to solve it problem? Okay, Ms.
Okay,
Zalika,
thank you,
please.
Ms. Rika. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I will explain the problems that our division found during the COVID-19 pandemic to our hotel. It can be seen that our income has decreased due to the pandemic, which we can see has a very bad impact on the world of hospitality. As we know that during this pandemic, the hotel was temporarily closed and now starting to reopen, but with limited visitors. And we also have to carry out strict health protocols. And because of this, we were forced to reduce employees due to very low income. And to solve this problem, the finance division suggested promos and collaborating with the advertising division to provide promos that can bring guests during a pandemic like this. So maybe that's all from finance division. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So I think from all division we have tell about our problem and how to solve it. And I guess Mr. Urit can join our meeting today, but that's okay. Maybe about the signal. So the conclusion is we have problem in our division, each divisions, but yeah, as we know, we also have the way how to solve it. I think this meeting is enough, maybe. And now I close the meeting. Thank you for your attention. I'm sorry if there's any mistaken. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you.